Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ritual Flow. For today's reading, we're going to be looking at the month of April 2024 for the sign of Leo. So if you are a Leo sun, moon, rising, or any other placement you're feeling called to take a look at, then these messages are for you. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't try to force something to fit if it's not matching your situation or your energy. This is a timeless reading as well, so if you're seeing this outside of April 2024, it's likely still relevant for you. It's just a better time for you to hear these messages now. We're all on different timelines, moving at different speeds, even when we are on the same wavelength or frequency of energy. Okay. So, Leo, for the month of April, what's big for you right now is gaining clarity on what is true for you and following your true path. There's a strong element of finding an equal balance between giving and receiving. Let's see. At the beginning of the month, you're in a state of feeling the need to push yourself mentally to take some sort of action. You may be feeling like you're under a lot of stress to move forward with your life in some way. To face something. To face your truth. It's like a call to action. Something about the external stresses in your life are pressing you to move forward and to do so rather quickly. It's also this energy of taking flight. I'm seeing a plane take off. It's gearing up to take some sort of flight, soar. I know this isn't necessarily an eagle in this picture, but the eagle archetype is coming through very strongly. It's feeling this pressure to step up and be a leader, to rise above where you've been. Finding a sense of emotional balance is a bit challenging for you this month. There's some aspect of a partnership, of your relationship, or a need for relationship that may be weighing on you in some way. That's about all that's coming through for that right now. We'll clarify that in a moment to get a little more detail on that. But what's going to serve you best at this time is taking a mindset of independence. Okay, that's becoming a little clearer now. Something about being part of a partnership, or like thinking in the mindset of a partnership, it's like causing a hindrance for this forward movement. It's like, that's not to say that there's like a need to leave a partnership or separate yourself from that, or like take a step back per se. But it's important for your mindset this month to be focused on you, to not be letting like other external influences, like a partner or like another person in your life, weigh too heavily on the decisions that you make for yourself. Because this month, it's about like honing in on your truth, like exclusive of anyone else. Because any sort of partnership that you're in should be respectful of what your truth is, like as an individual. And so the solution for you here is to have a mindset of independence. And, that's not to be, it's not to say to completely like disregard any like interactions with other people, but to sort of create a little bit of a demarcation, at least for the purposes of like sorting out this more internal connection to your truth. Like by the end of the month, you're going to be able to let go of some of the mental stress that was building up at the beginning of the month that was like pressing you to take action. It's going to create a sort of turning point for you to put an end to like an old cycle that you've been in, so that you can step into this new phase of life where you're honoring your truth more completely. All right, let's clarify. Take a look at the King of Swords first. Ace of Wands. Yeah. You're prompted here, like, to be having a new beginning, or to be getting excited about having a new beginning, or like stepping into a new phase of life. Having this movement is important for you this month. You're being asked, like in this idea of like honing in on your truth, you're being asked to take a look at what you're passionate about, like what's inside your heart, and to choose to prioritize that. It may not align with the priorities that others have for you or place on you. This is about what's going to make you feel prosperous and inspired. There's this energy of like needing to create a sort of foundation for like being able to trust yourself and rely on yourself. There's also this energy, there's a lot of air out here in the main spread. There's an energy of like needing to bring your truth down to earth. There may be some aspect of like having knowledge or awareness of your truth, like in a mental sense or like in a subconscious sense. But what you're being asked to do is to take steps, take action to ground your truth into your reality, to make it a physical part of your life, a priority, to spend time and energy nurturing what's meaningful to you, what you feel good and enthusiastic about. Let's take a look at the Knight of Swords. Okay, we've got Judgment and the Four of Wands. Okay, yeah, this stressful energy at the beginning of the month, like what it's meant to do is to draw some boundaries and to inspire you to do what's right for you, for following your soul's path, like your calling in life, to worry less about like what others expect of you, and to align yourself with what the universe expects of you, which what the universe expects of you is ultimately what you set out to expect for yourself in this lifetime. And drawing these boundaries between like what other people expect and what's true and right for you and what you expect for yourself. Doing this is going to align you with the soul's path and lead you to a space of finding a sense of stability, most importantly, and through that sense of stability, like creating this foundation, grounding your truth into your everyday experience. It's going to bring you a sense of like happiness, like almost like a sense of feeling complete, or like aligned with a trajectory of feeling complete and whole. Let's look at the Two of Cups. Okay. Okay. Whoa. All right. So this is interesting. This Two of Cups is a challenge, like something about your partnership, and it doesn't even have to be a romantic partnership. It could be like your current relationship with your life that you find challenging, but for many of you, this has to do with like an actual like romantic partner. There's some sort of loss or disappointment, like some sort of fighting or conflict that is like holding you back from taking action, that's like weighing on you. There's some sort of like nostalgia, like reminiscing about the past, I'm getting this this experience of like if something's wrong with your partnership, you're like thinking back to when things were better and like wishing things were more like they were in the past. And something about that is like preventing you from moving forward, from like taking action, like toward the next steps towards being happy, whether this is like transforming or making changes in this partnership that like work for you, or like letting it go, or it's going to be different for everyone depending on your situation. But definitely like your mind weighing too heavily on thoughts of the past, whether this is just like your own life or actually like involving another person, placing your mind in the past and like thoughts of the past takes you out of the present moment and pulls you away from your ability to take action like toward your future. It's like the universe is pressing for you to move forward. And like this independent mindset is important. Like this can look a couple of ways. For some of you, there's a partnership in your life that has like failed or fallen away, or it's like it's in the process of being on its way out, but you're still thinking of yourself within the context of that partnership, and you're being asked to like recognize that this is a thing of the past and you're needing to move on for your own well-being, like in this independent mindset, and focus on you and what's right for you. For others of you, the partnership may be something that like is staying and like sticks around in your life, but your focus on the partnership itself is drawing attention away from like what you need to do for yourself. And you're being asked to sort of like at least like mentally separate yourself from that partnership and put more energy into you, into your side of it. Because not giving yourself appropriate focus and attention within that partnership weighs and puts stress on the partnership. Like if you're constantly focused on the partnership and the other person and not like minding and tending to your own experience and your own energy, that's inevitably going to like erode and degrade the strength of the partnership, because you have the responsibility to take care of you, and so does the other person. And then like you come together and take care of each other as well. But it's like you can't expect the other person or the partnership to sustain you if you are like disregarding yourself and your truth to some extent. So it like in order to bring a sort of balance back to your life, like you've got to take your mind out of the past, to think of yourself a little more as an individual, even if you are staying in a partnership, but especially if you're not. Let's look at the Queen of Swords. King of Swords, King of Wands. Yeah, it's like you as an individual have a vision for your future that is like true and clear for you. And I think something about this partnership doesn't, something about this partnership of the past or the way your present partnership is currently functioning doesn't align with your truth and doesn't match your vision for the future. So you're being asked to sort of take a higher, like more broad view perspective of what's going on here, about what your vision is and your truth, and what aligns and what doesn't. For some of you, like I said, that involves like recognizing that this partnership is not ever going to align with your truth and your vision, and to have the strength to let it go. For others of you, this may mean seeing the ways in which this partnership doesn't align with your truth and your vision, and like going back to the drawing board, seeing what adjustments you can make within yourself or from your perspective to sort of like build a new foundation. So it's like either way, you're sort of building a new foundation, a new way of collaborating with the universe and perhaps with other people. It's like going back to the drawing board and starting with you. Whether you're going to be on your own or trying to revitalize a partnership that you're in, you always have to start with you, because the only part of the universe and your existence that you can truly count on having control over and being able to change is yourself. You can't control what other people are going to do, how they're going to feel, but you can find clarity and be sure of like what's true for you and your vision, and you have the power to take action on that. You can make changes within yourself to either grow away from the partnership that doesn't match you, or to like enhance your own sense of self within a partnership to allow it to grow and elevate to the next level, if that is something that is aligned for you and this person. All right, let's look at the Ten of Swords. Ten of Wands. Yeah, something about how things have been functioning for you has felt rather stressful, like a burden, at least on the mind, if not in other aspects of your life as well. And this shift of focus to thinking about yourself and your role that you're playing and what's true for you and what you want for your future, that's going to allow you to release this burden of like worrying about. It's giving an energy of like, maybe in the past you've tried to like micromanage other aspects of your life or this partnership to try to have like control over the external. But there's this realization of bringing the focus back to you and controlling like what's in your purview, which is your own self, your own perspective, your own actions, and proceeding accordingly. That frees you from this burden of and the stress of like trying to control the uncontrollable, and lets you open up this new chapter of like creating something more real, something more grounded. Yeah. And this aligns you with your ultimate vision of what you want in this life, what you want your life to look like, what your truth is ultimately. This like letting go of this burden of worrying about what other people are doing, the role they're playing, and like the group scenario, whether this is just a partnership or a family or even an old way of like thinking about yourself. When you let go of the past and the external, the release of this burden, the release of this mental stress, and like this simplicity of just bringing everything back to like, who am I? What do I want? What do I want my future to look like? This inspires and instills. It's like it brings you back to a space of hope and having the strength and courage to, it's almost to like face your life again. I'm getting this like strong impression of, it's like you've been involving yourself with the external and other people and like what they're up to as a distraction, or like it like shifts your attention away from yourself. And it feels like this has been happening for some time, where you haven't really focused on you in a very clear and strong way. It's almost like an air of like you've been neglecting yourself because there's other things going on around in your environment, in your life. And there's really a need here to pull that back in. And when you do that, it's almost like you felt like you have to keep up with all this outside, like make the partnership happy, like do this and that outside of you, and like to the neglect of yourself. And that's what's made things so stressful for you and put you in a position where you felt like maybe a little misaligned with your truth and your vision. But when you bring that focus back to yourself and sort of let some of that external experience, just sit and rest and be over there for now, it brings you a greater sense of stability and focus. It's like bringing things back to baseline, like coming back to home base to regroup. And something about like equal give and take is important here. It's like maybe you realize that you've been putting so much energy into a partnership and neglecting yourself, and you haven't been receiving back for what you've been putting out. That's why you felt depleted and stressed and burdened and a little bit unstable. Or perhaps you find, I don't know, that feels very, well, maybe for some of you, you've been a little bit selfish. But this, I don't know, this is a weird energy. It's because it's like the selfishness that I'm feeling like isn't even self-focused. It's like an external projection of selfishness. It's almost like you've been so out of touch with yourself that you haven't like recognized or like come to terms with like your own motivations for your actions, like why you do the things that you do, because there's like the external focus on other people. It's like not even realizing that you've been acting in a selfish manner. I mean, I feel like that's less of you, that it's more that you've been giving and like externally focused and like been neglecting yourself to some degree, but there is still like two sides to that, and it's going to be different for different people. So take whichever sort of energy resonates for you. But regardless, like there's a strong energy here of like needing internal reflection, bringing the focus back to the self, and like doing so in a way of like having awareness of who you are, your own actions, what you want, and how that's being reflected back to you in your external life. Because like something is off and out of balance, and you're needing to bring things back to an equilibrium for yourself. And the best way to do that is to like bring it back home to you. To not worry about all the details of this and that outside, but like just let all that fall away. We have adjacent possibilities. Yeah, I was just getting this sort of example of like, it's like when someone sits down to think about like, what do I want? What's gonna make me happy? It's like as soon as you have that thought about what's gonna make me happy, it's like the focus shifts away from what's actually going to make you happy. Your mind like starts throwing things at you about, well, oh, it doesn't matter what's going to make me happy. I have to think about these other aspects of my life. Like, you know, it'll make me happy to make this person happy, or to make sure this person's cared for, and these things are in order. It's like, but you've been doing that. Is that really making you happy? Is that going to make you happy? It's like someone sitting down to think about what they want, and like immediately the focus shifts to like, I don't know, like feeling guilty about worrying about what you want, and immediately like telling yourself, well, that like you can't focus on what you want because you've got to make sure that someone else has what they want, or that these things are meeting the expectations of someone else. But like that's not how you find out what you want. You've got to, like, when that thought comes in about, well, I can't focus on what I want because someone else is unhappy. Let them be unhappy for a moment and not worry about that. Like, it's not your responsibility to make sure anyone else is happy. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself and make sure that you're happy with your life. And it's like you're not seeing a way to find your happiness because you're only looking at things in one way. It's like this narrow viewpoint of like seeing all these obstacles of other people in the way of your happiness. But there is another option. There are other possibilities, but you're going to have to focus on what is right for you. Let me get one more, please. It's almost like there's something you're not seeing about yourself and what you need because you're too concerned about what's going on outside of you. Let me get one more, please. Thank you. Yeah. There is an element of indecision here. It's like a feeling like you can't choose a different path, or that you can't make a decision that's right for yourself because other people are involved. But like sometimes you have to do what's right for you and let the chips fall where they may. It's like, it's almost like you're afraid to make a decision that's just for yourself. There is like, and with Leo that makes sense. There's like this over concern. I mean, Leo can get a bad rap for being like self-centered and that sort of thing, but in a healthy state, it's self-focused and self-honoring. And Leo is such a generous, like open-hearted energy that it can do so in an unhealthy manner. Like, there can lead to a dimming of your own light to be there and give to others and make sure that others feel loved and cherished and cared for. But as a Leo, you are meant to shine on your own, and it's through your own radiance that other people can see the light and feel the warmth in their environment, like when you relate to them. Like if you aren't shining to your full extent and being your best and most radiant self and feeling happy and successful, then it's going to dull the experience of everything around you, like including your partnership, which seems to be a major sticking point here, but that filters in to the rest of your life as well. And like here's another very stark confirmation that you should be focused on what lights you up, what inspires you, what makes you happy, what makes you feel good. And if something is making you feel bad or stressed or burdened, take a look at it. Take a look inside yourself about why that is, where that's coming from. And be honest. Don't come up with excuses about, well, I have to this, I have to, like, that's fine. There's a story around it, whatever. Why are you unhappy? Why do things feel dim? Why do things feel dull? And what would truly make a difference outside of your external world? Like, what can you do to make a difference for you? And for some of you, it may be changing your external world, like stepping away from this partnership, letting go of the past, or sometimes it's just taking a different perspective on things. So, yeah. Focus on what's going to amplify your own light. There may be some hard decisions, but like I said, if you aren't shining, your life isn't in the right space. And you need to take a look at that to see what adjustments need to be made. And definitely the solution here with this like independent energy of the Queen of Swords, like you may have to make a decision that is just for you. And it's very hard for everyone else that it impacts. But it's very clear here, you have to do what's right for you, regardless of how things go after that. Some people's feelings might be hurt, but like, if your light is dim and the other people in your life don't want you to shine, don't want you to be in a better space, then that's what you need to let go of. If whoever is in your life doesn't support you to feel better, to feel more confident and radiant, and to feel like your most authentic self, then they're the problem. If someone isn't showing you the same support that you're showing them, that's not your problem. That's their problem. They either need to participate in a fair and balanced way, or you have to do what's right to preserve yourself and your own energy. You can't just keep giving to someone who's like draining your energy, your light, because that's the vibe I'm getting about like why you feel dim, why you feel stressed, why you feel less radiant than you should. It's a strong energy of like scrambling to make other people happy. And it feels like a never-ending battle that doing what other people expect of you is just going to like keep you in this space of like stress and burn. There's some sort of realization coming for you this month. But that doesn't make the decision to do what's right for you like necessarily easier. It's almost like you have to find your strength, to find your courage to act independently. Because like you can't live your life in a way that like everyone around you is like good and great and you're suffering. That's not right. If the only scenario in which everyone else in your life can be happy is if you're sacrificing and suffering, then you need to surround yourself with other people. Do what's right for you. And if the external circumstances in your life are right for you to move forward into your future, they will change and grow and stick with you and support you for who you are. And if that doesn't work for them, you've got to let them go and do what's best for you. You can't live your life in this like depressed sort of state. And I say depressed in like a restricted, like confined sort of state, because that's how it really feels. But living in this way may literally be placing you in a mental experience of like clinical depression. So, you know, if that resonates for you, then that's a signal that like something is wrong and that there's a change that needs to be made. And you do have options. It may not be your ideal options of how you would want things to go. But as I said before, you can't control other people and their actions. You can control you and what you choose for yourself. And you can choose to do what's going to make you happy, or you can perfectly well choose to keep sacrificing your happiness for what others want and expect of you. So, you know, we have free will. That's up to you. But I hope that you do what's in your soul's best interest. Okay, so if this reading resonated, give it a like, comment down below, share it with someone, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for letting me read for you. I hope this has been helpful in some way. And if you're interested in a personal reading, you can see how to do that below. I will see you next time, Leo. Bye.